The Darien jungle on the border between Panama and Colombia. One of the last untouched patches of tropical rainforest in Central America. So dense, so impenetrable, it is known as the Darien Gap. Overland transit between South America and the Isthmus is impossible because of the jungle, or at least it has been until recently. People smuggling, drug trafficking, and illicit logging are making the protection of this forest more and more difficult, which leads to deforestation, loss of habitats for thousands of species, and with that, an upset in the ecological balance, which in turn contributes to global warming, flooding, and other natural catastrophes.
Me encontré de crecimiento en esa lucha por las invasiones de personas ajenas al territorio, queriendo apoderarse de la comunidad, y pues mi mamá estaba a la par de ella, escuchando, viendo las problemáticas, no solo territorial, sino de las necesidades que presentaba la comunidad y que sigue presentando aún. Y esto poco a poco fue también metiéndome en mi cabeza de que era importante acompañar este proceso. Y para mi mamá y mi papá la forma de que yo pudiese apoyar era a través del estudio. Entonces se enfocaron a que era necesario estudiar y en el proceso del estudio tampoco no apartarme de esa visión colectiva, de esa visión territorial que había que tener presente.
Sara Omi grew up in Metetí-Embera, one of the Darien communities, and studied to become a lawyer. She was the first indigenous woman in Panama to achieve that advanced degree. She now uses her skills as a lawyer in her activism to ensure her community's right to live in and protect its rainforest habitat from the illegal loggers, wildlife poachers, and traffickers who threaten the area.
Pero el derecho indígena no lo aprendí en la universidad, lo aprendí caminando de la mano con las luchas territoriales, no solo de Metetí-Embera, sino de otros territorios, de ver tantas vulneraciones de derechos. Yo creo que el crecimiento también en una plataforma internacional que nos hacen ver que no solo los indígenas de Panamá sufrimos de invasiones territoriales, de vulneraciones de derechos, de falta de reconocimiento de nuestra medicina tradicional, que no se aplican el proceso de consulta y consentimiento libre previo en nuestras comunidades. Yo creo que eso de retomar a la comunidad me permitió pues estar aún manteniendo viva como nuestra presencia, alzando nuestra voz como mujeres y como jóvenes dentro de nuestros territorios.
Sara's work as a community leader and activist has resulted in tangible benefits for her people and for the forest in which they live. They practice sustainable agriculture, replant native trees, and harvest traditional medicinal plants without destroying the forest. It is this type of practices, activists and experts say, that are key to protecting the tropical rainforests that currently cover only 3% of the globe, but that are home to nearly half of all animal species. The destruction of the rainforest, which is key to combating climate change due to its ability to trap harmful carbon dioxide, has become so widespread it threatens our ability to stop the warming of the Earth. So much so that Elon Musk, the multi-billionaire entrepreneur, recently offered a $100 million prize to whoever develops the best technology to remove carbon dioxide. Musk is placing his bets on humans' abilities to come up with innovative applications of science and technology. In a YouTube message, his foundation stated its goal was to identify tech-based ways to reduce carbon emissions by 10 gigatons per year by the year 2050. But rainforest activists say Musk doesn't need to look very far for an answer that is already at hand. Tuntiak Catan, leader of an alliance of forest communities in Ecuador, had this message, which was launched in another YouTube video.
Hola Elon, te hablo de aquí desde la Amazonía ecuatoriana, desde la selva misma, y he escuchado que estás lanzando un premio sobre la mejor tecnología de captura de carbono. Y hemos conversado con mi gente, con la gente de la selva, y queremos proponerte una cosa importante.
A pesar de que somos el 5% de la población mundial, dentro de nuestros territorios se encuentra el 80% de los bosques del planeta.
Nós, povos indígenas das florestas, cuidamos dos nossos territórios, biodiversidade, fauna, flora, através dos nossos conhecimentos tradicionais.
No hay mejor tecnología que la labor que realizamos las comunidades indígenas y locales. Protegemos los bosques.
Nous souhaitons à ce que ces fonds soient orientés, soit encore orientés dans les structures de base qui accompagnent les peuples autochtones.
La mejor tecnología para capturar el carbono, la selva, los bosques, la biodiversidad.
Science agrees. Jeff Hall is a researcher at the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute in Panama.
We know that continually tropical deforestation leads to about the increase about 12 to 15% of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere annually. So we know that. It used to be higher. And it's amazing that given all the deforestation that's happened, that there's still a lot of forest left. So we know that, and we know that by protecting the forest, we can reduce carbon dioxide emissions in that sense. Of course, it doesn't let off the hook developed and developing nations that are still spewing carbon dioxide out in the atmosphere. But we know, if you can make a hit into 12 or 15% of the annual emissions, that's a pretty good thing.
If you protect the forest and support those who work in conservation, you are contributing to the reduction of carbon emissions.
My favorite technology is nature's technology, right? I mean, photosynthesis is evolution's solution to taking carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. And so growing trees can take a lot of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Protecting trees and then reforesting in different places. We certainly know that one of the most efficient and safest way of taking carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere is planting trees in the tropics.
Some environmental activists believe technology is not even needed. Mir Rodriguez is with Almanaque Azul, a research and activism foundation in Panama. He says it is technology that created the problem in the first place.
Tenemos ya una tradición larguísima los seres humanos en América y en el resto del mundo de vivir en cierta armonía con la naturaleza, y parte de eso tiene que ver con la manera en que nos relacionamos con los bosques, tanto los bosques terrestres como los manglares, los bosques marinos o marino-costeros. Entonces, nosotros hemos logrado mantener ese equilibrio con los gases de nuestra atmósfera a través de la manera en que nos relacionamos con los bosques. Y creo que ahora tratar de buscar soluciones como de captura de carbono con algún milagro tecnológico es simplemente caer en el problema que provocó el cambio climático en primer lugar. O sea, lo que estamos viviendo ahora mismo, toda la confluencia de crisis, incluyendo la crisis del clima, es algo a lo que hemos logrado únicamente como consecuencia de la ciencia y la tecnología. Si lo entendemos así, quizás podemos empezar a ver que la solución o una de las soluciones a la crisis o a la catástrofe ambiental no necesariamente tiene que pasar por la ciencia y la tecnología.
But science and technology can complement ancestral approaches that have been proven effective in the past. Climate change caused by greenhouse emissions is too large a problem to be tackled with only one approach.